Two teenagers are back home tonight after a harrowing canoe trip that went south. The two became separated from others and drifted until nightfall when they became lost with only darkness surrounding them. News Channel 5's Jay Cashmere tells us how they made it home safely. Jay?
Jim, they never expected this when they pushed away from Riverbend Park and Jupiter Farms. Their canoe had tipped over, their bags were soaked, one teen lost a life jacket, and their cell phones were dead. They were lost, worried, and dehydrated until out of the darkness, help emerged from an FWC officer.
If you ask Lieutenant Steve Sheridan about Saturday night, he'll tell you it was just part of the job. A humble account considering he plucked two teens from danger.
We take an oath when we get hired on, protect the resources and the citizens, and I take that oath seriously.
When the call came in that two teenage brothers went missing while canoeing on the Loxahatchee River Saturday night, there was no hesitation for Sheridan, who was off duty and knew the path to find them would be filled with obstacles.
They are literally in the middle of nowhere. The water's dark, there's a lot of fallen trees and overhangs.
It's a completely different river by night, he says. And so the veteran officer grabbed his own canoe, paddled 2 miles through intense heat and rough terrain with one small headlamp.
It was enough to get the job done.
Sure enough, he kept calling the boys' names every 2 minutes. Suddenly, through the darkness and the brush came a voice.
I asked if they were okay. They said yes. I told them I'd be there shortly, told them who I was, and got up to them. They were thirsty, but other than that, they were in good shape.
After dozens of rescuers searched from land, air, and water, it came down to one man who wears a badge and an FWC uniform. However, it's the courage you can't see on this uniform that stands out.
You find out folks are missing and you got family members waiting. That's why everybody was out that night. It wasn't just me. It was a whole team of folks out.
Now, Steve Sheridan added these safety tips. If you're headed out canoeing, have a float plan and make sure someone has a copy of it. Have a dry bag. This keeps those cell phones working in case the canoe tips like it did in this case. And the most important tip, Steve says, if you get lost, stay put. That, he says, helped him find them more than anything. In the studio, I'm Jay Cashmere, WPTV News Channel 5.